Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going over the pH of plants, the soil pH. I have right here a philodendron Birkin. It is native to Central America. It's been known to be toxic. The common name, philodendron Birkin, also goes by the white wave. The leaves are tipped with white. They have white veins coming across them, and white wave simply because it looks to be like a wave. You see, this particular one, it's upside down. It looks like an upside down wave, but it still has that wave-like structure, which is where it gets the white wave name from. The botanical name is simply a philodendron Birkin. It is of the Araceae family. It is, in fact, a perennial, and it gets up to 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide. It requires partial sun, partial shade. It needs to be in well-drained soil. Now, this right here is the soil pH meter. We're going to simply stick this into the soil of the plant, and we'll find that the soil has an alkalinity of 7.5. You can see that on the dials here. It's at the very bottom, which will make it quite hard to see. However, that's what it does say. It says 7.5, bordering on 8 as far as the pH goes. That's neutral, maybe a little bit above neutral, but it's within that range. That's the philodendron Birkin, also known as the white wave. It is from Central America. The size that it can get is about 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide. Of course, size depends on the pot. We'll see how big this one gets, but I doubt that it's going to make the whole 3 feet. Another time we'll get into what the moisture reading and the light reading are about, but today we're focusing only on the pH. I've also brought with me my Hindu Hoya, which is just a lovely plant. It's one of my very first that I ever got, and I had never seen a plant quite like this one before. So that is why I chose to pick it up. The Hindu Hoya is called the Hindu rope. The scientific botanical name of it is Hoya compactica. It is of the Asclepiadae family. It is a vine as well as a succulent. It could be up to 1 to 3 feet tall and 1 to 3 feet wide. So, placed in a larger pot, this plant would be that size. It requires only partial sun and a well-drained soil. The blooming time of the year, fall, spring, and summer. And when it is in bloom, the flowers are pink. It's in the hardiness zone of 10 to 11, and it is from Asia. With that, we are going to test the soil by sticking the soil meter directly into the soil. Let's see. From my angle, it looks to be in the green, which is in the 7 range. So, healthy soil, healthy plant. Love the Hindu Hoya. It's one of my favorites. And finally, we are going to go into the spider plant. The spider plant. I love this plant. It's a simple plant. This one was kept from a cutting at the end of these leaves. When the time comes, more baby plants come out, and that's where this one came from. It is called the spider plant or the spider ivy, often called a ribbon plant, as you can see by the needles. The botanical scientific name is Chlorophytum cosmosum. It is of the family Asparagiaceae. It is an herbaceous perennial. Can get 1 to 2 feet tall and wide. 1 to 2 feet tall and wide. Requires partial shade and loamy, well-drained soil. The soil pH is neutral. We're going to take the pH tester and see what it has to say. There we go. It is in the soil, and it's giving a healthy 7.0 reading. It's in the green. As are most of these plants here, they are, as a general rule, kept in Happy Frog soil from the beginning. Very little deviation to where they sit right now, and they seem to be doing okay. If there are any problems, I can amend the soil appropriately, which is another program altogether. Thank you so much for sitting with me and going over what it is to have a soil pH meter, use it, and how it is that you classify your plants with the numbers. Later on another episode, I'll get into what those numbers mean and what you can do about them to make them correct. It's all for your plant's health, everybody. You got to keep them healthy, happy, so it in turn makes you healthy and happy. Thank you.